My entire life has been about loss for many years, and but it's loss with gaining wisdom and
Yeah.
gaining acceptance, right? So I think when you're younger, now I'm in my early 40s. It's not like I still have a lot of things to learn and a lot of things to go through. But over the last 20 years, it's been a really interesting way to kind of think about art making, filmmaking, as it relates to a quote unquote career or profession, as it relates to why I do it. Because it changes constantly. Like you're saying, like if you don't have a commission, you don't have a show, you didn't get a grant, like whatever it is, it's like it's the world kind of, I don't know. I have slowly, and this might happen to you, like I've slowly just sort of, I don't care
Yeah.
if anyone sees my work anymore, because I've never wanted to be. That's not true. I think early on, like if I could choose anything, of course I would be a professional artist and filmmaker and I could make a living doing it.
Yeah.
Of course I would. Anyone who does this would want that. But it's not the reality.
Right.
You know, and so and it takes a very certain type of person and drive and money and resources and luck
Yeah.
for people to do this for a living. So I've slowly kind of accepted that. So then it's like, okay, well, where does art making fit in my life, right? And if I'm going to disengage from it as a professional means of making money or a professional means of kind of like being relevant or being present in the culture, because I also have a really complicated relationship with art making and ego. And like part of me, like it's like I'm so proud of the things that I make, but I also like don't like to have attention on me. You know, but like it requires it.
Yeah.
You know, and so like my work just kind of sometimes like no one sees it, and I'm okay with that actually now. But it's really sort of interesting for you to have such a strong reaction to this latest film, because you know, for the first time in my life, it's like I don't care or didn't care what anyone else thinks, but I'm like, wait, maybe people can get something from it. Like maybe I shouldn't lose all hope.
Yeah, no, I think it's an important message,
Yeah.
if you could call it that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like throughout this conversation, like, and especially with what you just said about, you know, having time, resources, money. I mean, money's the main thing in a lot of cases. It brings to mind so many of my own, like, I mean, I love that you use the word haunted. Like you're haunted by these things, because that's the feeling I have about certain things that, you know, I'll apply for like a grant or some opportunity, and like those are so hard to come by. And then you see like the list and it's the same people getting these things. And it's like, and I remember like getting a rejection at some point last year, and I feel, I'd like to think that I'm pretty like thick-skinned with rejection. That's part of being an artist these days. But I just remember like letting myself grieve the day that I got the rejection, and just saying out loud, like, it feels like I never get to dream. Like I don't get to have dreams about the art that I make, because I don't get the grants. I don't get the opportunities. I just have to deal with like whatever I can make in the moment, you know?
Yeah, well, and I think that's what this film for me is a result of exactly that.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just let it go and because I mean, the fact that I even got into a festival, the fact that I even like submitted to a festival is like a miracle. Like I never do that anymore.
Yeah.
Or haven't done that. And it's because I had a really sort of traumatic experience with the film curator 15 years ago. And I said, I'm like, I don't want to be in the system of being judged that film festivals, like that's what the process is, right? And so I've been really critical of the art, how money gets dispersed, how power is used in the arts, who gets chosen, like you're saying, who gets access. I really think that, and I tried to do this with the microcinema that I had. It was called the Mini Microcinema nonprofit, and even the nonprofit system is so messed up.
Oh, yeah.
So messed up. And in my own life, and then I was a curator for a long time, a film curator, and my fundamental way of wanting to be a curator is in direct reaction to the ways that I was treated, and I wanted to try to do it differently. And I really think that the art world is upside down. And I think what needs to happen in an ideal world is there are curators or frameworks or structures that actually see potential in artists and foster that.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's all about the results. You're taking something that you already made and you're trying to get accolades, but what if you had support along the way?
Right.
Along the process,
Be
right?
amazing.
Yeah. And so that's what I always tried to do with my cinema was like we'd have these open screenings and like people would come and show films and whatever, and I'd be like, oh, there's a spark, there's a person who has the spark of some potential, who has something to say, and they just need a little bit of love. So let me give them a little bit of love. Let's give them a screening opportunity. Let's have them curate something. And maybe that's going to spark them to the next opportunity and the next opportunity. And so like, long story short, it's like I have gotten very disillusioned with the systems that are in place to support the arts.
Yeah.
And you can keep fighting and keep fighting and keep going, and you should.
Right.
Everyone should. But also, you can make things outside of that system, and they can still be important and relevant.
Yeah.
I made this movie with nothing. Literally nothing. Old footage, an idea. I made time, even though I didn't have a lot of time. It's like when my son would go to sleep at night, I would be like typing away on my phone, just trying to like write this thing and get it out of my system. And I just did it. I don't know where it came from, but I did it. And I don't know.
Yeah, no, working outside of the system is where I feel like I have found success myself.
Good.
The only downside is like all the money is in the system. Right?
Yep, it's true.
It's kind of catch-22, I guess, where you just kind of have to have resilience and know that like what you're doing is worth doing.
It's so sad that like I was talking about the privilege of making art and having the time and the resources and the opportunity and thinking about. And that this gets into sort of art education and music education as well. It's like, how many amazing creators are there out in the world that exist and they just don't even know it?
Yeah.
It's so like devastating to me that there are going to be kids and teenagers and these people who just are so talented, they just don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
It's that potential inside, and it just takes systems to and people to kind of help foster that. Mm-hmm. And that's actually where mentorship comes in, and specific teachers have been really influential to me in my life and my career. But they also go through these same ups and downs, and like they're within the systems of So it's complicated, but we have to keep. In a way, it's like the work will find a way. Like the piece you're talking about that you've worked on for so long, like it will find a way.
Yeah.
It might take longer.
Well, I'm hoping that by the time people are listening to our conversation, it's done. But.
Yeah. But also like taking the internal pressure off yourself. It's so hard, easy to say, but so hard to do. And just knowing that like it's important to you and you'll get to it and But I also, like it goes back to, is the important part you making it, or is it the important part people seeing it?
Yeah.
Like, in my own work, I that's a really complicated question.
Yeah.
And I don't know the answer, and I think every artist has their own answer to that.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Micromaker by Loose Leaf Transmissions. We hope you enjoyed this brief glimpse into the inner workings of the creative life. If this resonated with you, be sure to check out the full conversation on Music Maker with Tyler Kline, a podcast exploring craft and process, philosophy and inspiration, and the honest, often messy parts of being an artist, creative uncertainty, purpose and identity, and resilience. You can find Music Maker wherever you get your podcasts or by visiting musicmakerpodcast.com.